Sir Mo Farah faces being banned from returning to his family in America under Donald Trump's immigration crackdown on people from his Somali homeland. Olympic hero Sir Mo Farah could be banned from returning to his home in America after Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. The sprinter, who lives with his family in Oregon, is believed to be training in Ethiopia at the moment, and recently tweeted from there. President Trump's immigration crackdown prevents refugees coming into the USA from 7 Muslim-majority countries for 90 days and those from Syria indefinitely. Mo and his wife, along with their 4 children, are based in Oregon, and he shared this picture after their family holiday in Hawaii. Mo Farah tweeted about his training from Ethiopia a week ago, so it is not currently clear whether he is still out of the USA. The ban also affects those with dual nationality, who were born in one of the 7 countries, returning to the USA if they are currently away. In a statement that the State Department is due to release, which was reviewed by the Wall Street Journal, the 90-day visa moratorium extends beyond just citizens of Iraq, Iran, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, Libya and Yemen. It also applies to people who originally hail from those countries but are traveling on a passport issued by any other nation, the statement notes. Sir Mo is originally from Somalia, one of the countries on Donald Trump's list. People originally from the banned countries are under threat even if they are traveling on another passport. Mo Farah with his wife Tanya, their twin daughters and his older daughter in 2014. They now live in Oregon, but it is thought he is in Ethiopia at the moment. Sir Mo is originally from Somalia and moved to the UK when he was 8 years old. Because he was born in one of the countries President Trump has targeted, traveling on a British passport will not help him return home. The statement means Iraqis seeking to enter the US on a British passport, for instance, will be barred, according to a US official. British citizens don't normally require a visa to enter the US. Travelers who have nationality or dual nationality of one of these countries will not be permitted for 90 days to enter the United States or be issued an immigrant or non-immigrant visa, the statement said. Those nationals or dual nationals holding valid immigrant or non-immigrant visas will not be permitted to enter the United States during this period. Visa interviews will generally not be scheduled for nationals of these countries during this period. Donald Trump defended his tough new immigration bans, and denied that his executive order, which bars refugees and citizens of 7 predominantly Muslim countries from entering the U.S., was a Muslim ban. A conservative MP also tweeted to say he is banned from the USA under President Trump's controversial ruling. Nadeem Zahawi represents Stratford-on-Avon, but both he and his wife were born in Iraq. He tweeted, "I'm a British citizen and so proud to have been welcomed to this country. Sad to hear sick be banned from the USA based on my country of birth." He added, "Had confirmation that the order does apply to myself and my wife as we were both born in Iraq. Even if we are not dual net. A sad day to feel like a second-class citizen. Sad day for the USA." The ban has also already affected an Iranian director nominated for an Oscar, who now won't be able to attend the Hollywood award ceremony. Asghar Farhadi is nominated in the Best Foreign Film category for his movie The Salesman, but there are fears he may now not be able to attend next month's Academy Awards, because he was born in Iran. Award-winning Iranian director Asghar Farhadi, who was nominated for an Oscar for his film The Salesman, won't be able to attend after Donald Trump introduced tough new immigration bans. An Iranian-born actress who stars in Farhadi's The Salesman vowed to boycott the Oscars over Trump's immigration bans. Rana Ali Dosti, the 33-year-old known as the Natalie Portman of Iran, took to Twitter with a message for fans on Thursday. Trump's visa ban for Iranians is racist. Whether this will include the cultural event or not, I won't attend the Academy Awards 2017 in protest, she tweeted. Farhadi won an Oscar in 2012 for his film Separation. Iranian-born Hessam Nourian, who has a British passport and a U.S. green card, was held at Chicago airport for 5 hours as he tried to return home. He said they asked him several questions, and searched his backpack and possessions. He has an Iranian passport and a British passport, and was told possession of the Iranian passport necessitated the questions. It took 5 hours to receive a waiver, he told the Chicago Tribune. 7 refugees bound for the U.S. were stopped from boarding a plane in Cairo on Saturday, and 12 migrants were detained in New York overnight because they arrived just after the executive order was signed. Hamid Khalid Darwish, one of the Iraqi refugees who was detained for 14 hours at New York, was released on Saturday afternoon. The 53-year-old had arrived in America on a flight from Istanbul on Friday night, just hours after Trump implemented the immigration ban. He had worked for the U.S. government in Iraq for 10 years as a translator, engineer and contractor, and had a valid special immigration visa to relocate to America. The dual citizenship ban doesn't apply to U.S. citizens who are also citizens of the 7 nations singled out by Mr. Trump. The State Department statement also said such restrictions don't apply to people from those countries traveling on diplomatic visas. The official said that the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad and the U.S. Consulate in Erbil have stopped accepting visa applications from Iraqi nationals until further notice, except for certain diplomatic exceptions. The urgent steps come as State Department officials try to sort out how to implement Mr. Trump's broadly worded policy executive order. Officials said they received little information about the ban before it took effect from the Trump team. One described how a draft of the order was brought in unofficially to the State Department earlier this week to review before it took effect. At a press conference with Turkish Prime Minister Binali Yildirim, Theresa May repeatedly refused to criticize President Trump's executive order. At a news conference in Ankara, Prime Minister May said, "The United States is responsible for the United States policy on refugees. The United Kingdom is responsible for the United Kingdom's policy on refugees. And our policy on refugees is to have a number of voluntary schemes to bring Syrian refugees into the country, particularly those who are most vulnerable, but also to provide significant financial contributions to support refugees in countries surrounding Syria." On Saturday evening, a Downing Saint spokesman said Theresa May does not agree with Donald Trump's refugee ban and will make representations if it hits Britons. She then went to Turkey, where she batted away questions about Trump's order, even though her Turkish counterpart criticized him. However, just yards away from her, Prime Minister Yildirim was putting the boot in, saying building walls would not help the refugee crisis. He said, "We cannot solve this refugee problem by putting up walls. We opened our doors, and if they come again, we would take them again. Regional problems cannot be solved by sweeping them under the carpet." Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn tweeted, "British citizens banned from the US and our government has nothing to say? Disgrace." According to the Mirror, Liberal Democrat leader Tim Farron said, "Not only is this shocking even by her standards, it cannot be allowed to stand. The president's actions have horrified the world, and this is a moment when she has to show what side she is on." At the press conference she contrived to make the Turkish government look liberal. They said it was wrong to build walls. Rather than fighting to build a world that is open, tolerant and united, Theresa May is dividing the world in a very dangerous way. Trump's order declares that U.S. policy is to protect its citizens from foreign nationals who intend to commit terrorist attacks in the United States, and to prevent the admission of foreign nationals who intend to exploit United States immigration laws for malevolent purposes. It also gives Homeland Security 60 days to begin providing the president with the names of other countries to add to the list. The nation will limit the total refugee resettlement numbers to 50,000 per year, according to the order.